TV? Oh, I can't remember what we were doing. Anyway, I have been at this for about a week, so I thought I would make a quick video about this, how to get 100 happiness in a base, unlock the Benevolent Leader Trophy / achievement, because a lot of the guides online at the moment are just plain old wrong. So ignore them and look at this one, because this is how you bloody well do it. Oh my bloody god. Right, this is probably going to be the last trophy. For those of you that are trying to get a platinum on Fallout 4, this will probably be the last trophy you will get, because it is a royal pain in the backside. Hopefully, now that I can show you how to do this, it won't be so much of a pain in the backside, but you will have to be prepared to do some grinding. So with that said, this is how you fucking do it. Right, start off the best. In fact, we'll start at the very beginning. The very beginning, the first thing you need to do is pick a settlement that you're going to aim for 100 happiness. Now, I had tried for a long time to do it in Sanctuary. Word to the wise, and probably the single most valuable piece of information I will give you during this video is do not do it at Sanctuary. It is a buggy mess of a place. The next piece of information that I think is worth having is, I chose Coastal Cottage. I chose Coastal Cottage not because of its great location, not because it's particularly easy. It's rather small, to be honest, and it's quite an annoying layout. So the only reason I chose it is because it is not connected via a supply line. Now, there's nothing wrong with having it connected via a supply line in theory. The problem is that I played a lot of this game before I tried to do this, and I could not remember where, when you're setting up a supply line, who was coming from where. So the easiest thing to do, because the people that you go off in your supply line still count as a person in your village or your coastal settlement or whatever the hell you want to call it. So I chose one without a supply line because it meant that I knew that I could adequately and effectively utilize everyone in my base. So I chose Coastal Cottage. You can choose anywhere, just do not choose Sanctuary. I would probably suggest you don't use any that have any NPCs around as well, so the castle is probably out, and that's it. Second of all, or third of all now, make sure you've got no companion with you. I'm not entirely sure if this affects everything, but everything I've read and lead up to it says leave them alone. So just send them off to one of your bases when you come back. Okay, on to the actual building of this thing. So what I did, and probably what the best way to do, is just take your settlement, scrap everything you can, and then take all the settlers and clear them out. Next up, once you've done that and you've got a nice empty settlement, turn this baby off. You don't want people turning up that you don't want to be here, okay? Turn it off, or don't build one in the first place. Next thing, defense. Now, I've read a lot around this. Some of them say you can do it with 60, some say 80, and most of them say over 100. 60 to 80, I suspect it can be done. The problem with this, having it this low, is that raiders will still attack your settlement. Advice from me, get it over 100, because at that point it will then work and you won't have to worry about raiders getting involved and invading your settlement. Get it to 100. After you've done that, you need enough for 1 water for each person. I've got 2, but all you need is 1 water for each person. So put down some of those things. They don't cost very much and they're easy to lay as long as you put them on dirt. These things, doesn't matter where you lay them, as long as you lay them within the confines of your base. Like I say, once you get over 100, you'll stop getting attacked by raiders and things like that, so you don't even need to worry about their positioning, because they act as enough deterrent just to keep people away by their very presence. So now you have... oh, I didn't mean to push that. So now you have over 100 defense. You've got enough water for each person. I have 12 people. You're probably worth just having around that water at least, although you might not have to get it to that amount of people. Once you've done that, you need to build some clinics. Now, they need to be tier 3 clinics. Clinics offer the most amount of happiness per shop. I think it's weapons and armour and clothing don't offer any happiness boosts, so just stick to tier 3 clinics. You need to have certain perks, this isn't a video for telling you what. So start building a few of those. I'd say start off with, let's say, so right, we'll work it out. So you need to have people building food. Each person can work on 6 items. So you need to, so let's say you start off with 5 of these clinics, okay? And we can go from there. You then put a person working on the food, make it mut fruit plant, because it is the only food harvesting thing that produces 1 piece of food per plant. So it's the most valuable and you get the most out of it. So now what you have, 5 clinics, 6 mut fruit plants out, over 100 on base defense, and you have around 20 or so water just to kind of take up the slack of who'll be taking what when. Once you've done that, you need to start laying down crates. A key part of this achievement is to have a large base. Now, it doesn't mean in terms of geographical size, it means in terms of what's going in it. So see in the top right hand corner of my screen, I have size. You need to make that yellow. These are not very, resource intensive, so you can fill your base up pretty quickly, and it doesn't matter what it is. So just get it up to yellow with these. I'd say stop building them once you get yellow, because you may have to build some other things, and it's just easier to do that. Now you have that. What I want you to do now is start going to your other settlements and sending people over. Send over enough people to cover each of the clinics you have. So you have 5 clinics, send 5 people. You then send 1 more, to make that 6, to take on all 6 mut fruit plants. Once you get to that, it's just a case of making sure you've got a happiness arrow in the up direction. Oh, make sure you've got a bed for each person as well. Sorry, I forgot that. A bed is necessary for each person, and you have to have a roof over it to count as a bed. Once you've done that, basically just start hanging around here, sleep at one, go away, leave it. Once it goes up a little bit, sleep for 24 hours, come back, wait for it to go up again, sleep for 24 hours, and keep having a look at that and seeing how high your happiness goes. Once happiness stops having an up arrow, you need to start thinking about adding more things. You may well get to 100 just by doing that. I didn't, because I made too many mut fruit plants at the start. So, if your arrow stops going up, add another 6 mut fruit plants. Oh, I don't know what he's up to. Send in another person to take up these mut fruit plants, and then at a time. And then send in a settler to take over and run that clinic. And then it's just basically rinse and repeat for that. Every time your happiness arrow stops going up, you can come back, add another couple clinics, and kind of rinse and repeat, like I say, keep doing that before. That's by far the cheapest way to do it as well. These clinics cost about 1,800 at a pop. In my last base in Sanctuary, I had about 12 of them on the go, and it was useless because that place is a buggy mess. So doing it kind of piecemeal like this not only lets you have an idea and see clearly what's affecting what and how it's working, it also allows you to try and keep the cost down. That is how you do it. We will run it over one more time. Clear out your base. Get a water around 20, because that allows you to have some room to add people to it if you need to. Get your base over 100, not because you need it, but because it stops raiders coming. Fill your base up with crates until the size turns yellow. That makes a large settlement. Then start laying 6 mut fruit and laying 5 clinics down. Make sure there's a bed for each person. Bring them in one at a time. Make sure there's someone working on the plants, and then slowly build up from there. That will allow you to do it effectively and cheaply. Hopefully that will help someone avoid the absolute hell I've just been through over the last week, so that I could get to 100 happiness and earn my first ever platinum. Hopefully that was helpful, guys. I'm David. Bye bye.